So we're here at Axeda's Connection 2011, and I'm here with Bob Gessel, who is Head of Technology and Network Strategy. I want to make sure I got that right. And that's a very large job title, so exactly how far does it go? It's beyond M2M?
Beyond M2M, certainly. We work across all market categories for Ericsson in the portfolio and in the strategy development for technologies entering into the North American market.
Okay. So would that include like the Sprint and Clearwire outsourcing function as well?
Yeah, well, that's part of our managed services offering, and certainly in a strategic sense, yes, we plan for these eventual successes.
Okay.
So yeah, active in that as well.
Okay, and amongst your other things, you just are in the process of acquiring Telenor's solution. Tell me about that.
Correct.
What does that entail?
Well, so last month we announced that we will acquire the platform capabilities from the Telenor Connection company, leaving Telenor Connection as an operator still fully intact. They will now use, once the deal closes, use the Ericsson device connection platform, which will be generation 1, if you want to call it that, will be what we have acquired from Telenor Connection. And then we'll quickly follow on with some of our own developed capabilities that we're going to bring into the marketplace.
Okay. Now, you're doing an interesting job in Sweden. There's a big fiber rollout going on under your tutelage, and here you're helping with some WiMAX and some LTE. How do you guys see the marketplace? Is it all a converged solution model? Is IMS a reality today? Tell me where we are.
Oh, well, okay, a lot of areas there. So yeah, I mean, IMS is a reality for us in North America. We have a number of operators deploying our IMS. We also work as a system integrator with other operators that have other vendors' IMS, but system integration is a big part of our work, and also one of our key strategies going forward here in the M2M space as well. So together with our device connection platform, our modules business, which is growing and robust in North America, we want to bundle that together with system integration capabilities, leveraging companies like Axeda, for example, as another component in the value chain that we'd like to be able to bring to our customers here and globally.
Okay, so then there's a differentiation between the Telenor Connection solution and Axeda's solution.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, the Telenor Connection solution is, I would say, a little bit more comparable to the likes of what a Jasper does for AT&T or what an Aris might do for a Sprint. The Telenor Connection platform has similar capabilities. Of course, we are planning and strategizing to make it the best in breed capability coming soon.
Okay.
And offering it as a platform as a service, software as a service, depending on which components you use or the customers would use as the offering comes out.
Okay. And the marketplace seems very much carrier driven right now. Is that a surprise to you, or how do you see it rolling out in terms of how you provide solutions?
Well, you know, that's a good question. Yeah, I'd say the majority of what we see and what we're engaged in is certainly carrier driven. One of the interesting aspects is how do the enterprises engage when they want to go mobile or want to connect the device? Do they engage directly with an operator, or are they looking for other players that have other capabilities that are complemented by the operator's offering? So, you know, we're working both as a customer, potential, supplier to our customers in the operator domain, as well as looking at offering opportunities to serve other industries, vertical industries, large enterprises. Certainly Ericsson, with its global footprint, we have a unique position in the marketplace to have global reach and global capabilities. Now, how we work in the entire global ecosystem is still work in progress, but from platform capabilities, we're going to be global with our connection platform and offer the technology capabilities in all markets eventually.
Okay, now when I look at all these different verticals, I'm somewhat fascinated, and I try to figure out which ones are going to be the early adopters and which ones are laggards. Do you guys have any view as to what's the first place that the marketplace is hitting?
Yeah, I'd like to be asking that question myself.
Okay.
But no, our focus from Ericsson is probably no surprise. Utilities, healthcare, transportation, government segment, Those areas really have a lot of momentum. We here in North America, with a lot of the challenges and opportunities and dynamics of the healthcare industry, we've been putting additional focus in the analysis strategically of that area, how we can provide more value add than maybe another supplier in that space. We've been active in utilities in North America as well, getting our feet wet in connecting, meter data management, these kind of capabilities. So it's early days for us in the verticals, but if you look at the Ericsson corporate sort of vision strategy coming from Hans Vestberg,
right.
We're definitely committed to making a calculated entry into the different verticals when the timing and technology and capabilities are right.
And in your history, you've been the leaders in GSM forever, and GPRS, and how do you see the migration LTE, and particularly how do you see it in terms of M2M? Is M2M got pent up demand for LTE, or where does it end up?
Yeah, well, if you look at some of the activity we've done with our customer Verizon, we did some showcases earlier this year in the, I wouldn't hate to call it really M2M, but in the LTE enablement space. And I think what the current market demand is showing us is that real-time video communications to and from a device, surveillance, monitoring, TV production, these are small niche markets that are starting to emerge as first movers that have a clear need for quality of service, for the bandwidth, and for the mobility that an LTE network can offer. So we've already been engaged and actively engaged in some of these smaller opportunities. Quality of service, I think, is going to be the next big thing in a mobile connected device, where you want to provide a service level agreement and capabilities that really could only be fulfilled by an LTE type of enablement. And then as the operators are rolling these networks out, they have more bells and whistles and controls to ensure a proper service level agreement in a mobile broadband connection.
Got it.
So certainly more capability than what you would see in a traditional 3G network. So that's kind of the first mover space that we see. Some certain healthcare applications are also really being sort of lighting up the interest in an LTE connection, where the mobility and then high speed, high quality, low latency all add up to make a lot of sense in the more sophisticated healthcare type of applications. And we've worked with a number of innovators in that space to enable and demonstrate the capability. How big is that market and where's it going to go in the next few years? I think it's still early, but certainly they're proving the capability potential, which we think is important at this stage.
Any app in particular that you want to highlight that you've seen that you go, my God, I never thought of that one, and M2M is winning as a result?
Well, there's been a few. So I mean, we have a program we call Ericsson Connections, which is part of our innovation program in North America, and we've brought in quite a few innovators as part of our program, demonstrated these. There's some very interesting capabilities from some of our partners, like BL Healthcare, doing a very sophisticated home medical monitoring and management, where they have capabilities of not only tracking your health progress, your the biometrics and monitoring, but they have sort of a click to call the doctor in a high-def video, right? So you have a video communication to a pool of doctors that could advise you on the spot, or a nurse. That kind of in-home healthcare, I think, really could change the way some categories of medicine are done. And LTE, again, was just an enabler, but the application itself was quite fascinating. We've been working with another fascinating little innovator called Vigo. They have a mobile robot that's basically a video surveillance, a video conferencing on a long stick, where the video screen is up about, chest level, and it's on wheels, and it rolls around, and it's a high definition video screen from a person controlling it remotely from a home or other location. So you can be remotely somewhere and be mobile and be participating, talking in two-way video conversations as you're moving around a venue or even if you're a caregiver trying to monitor something in, let's say, your mother or father's home or in a assisted living facility. Very interesting, fascinating applications. They also use it to monitor warehouses, looking for things that are going on, or to interact with different people that are working in a warehouse. So it's a remote boss kind of thing.
Cool.
Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on, and even here at Axeda Connection, I've seen some interesting things from let's say Walsh Vision, and
Right.
and they're really pushing the envelope on usage-based insurance, which could easily be almost usage-based anything if you really think about it. Any asset that's mobile and can be booked or reserved could easily use that kind of technology. So it's a very exciting area. I mean, I love working in the strategy segment here because you really are at the beginning of something big. So
cool, excellent, Bob. I really want to thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks.